Good morning, lovely people. Stevo here, on a miserable, grey old December Sunday in England. The weather's shocking out there. I've just come out for a nice run, but I'll talk a bit more about that in a few minutes. Today, it's going to be my last update until after Christmas now. I've got a real busy time coming up at my butcher's shop. It's turkey season. It's a seriously difficult job at this time of year for obvious reasons. So I won't have time to make these videos until after then. I'll probably struggle to even get the runs in, but I'll try and just do enough to keep the wolves from the door. But today is just a real quick video about, I've completed phase 1 of this MAF low heart rate running. I just want to talk a little bit about that. I've been doing it for almost 6 months. In a couple of weeks, it'll be 6 months of doing that, of building base. I want to do a quick overview of how that's been. So don't you go anywhere. We can have a little chat about that right now. Right, so as I said, 6 months of building base. I'm really happy I got into doing this. I never thought I'd be interested in sort of getting into it like this, but I have. So I'm going to go through a few things that I found over this 6 months. Number one, I realised that I love running more than I thought I ever would. Like, some might see it as a boring hobby to have, but it seems like when people get into it, you really sort of get into it and you fall in love with it big time, and it's become a main hobby of mine. So back in the day, I've said this a lot of times, and sorry if I'm like a broken record, but when I was running before, I was forcing myself to go and it wasn't fun, and it was just a bit of a chore getting this done. But now, even with the weather being proper rubbish outside today, I wanted to go. I had things to do when I was out there. There's a purpose for running. So yes, thing number one is that I actually love doing what I'm doing right now. Number two, I've actually enjoyed learning about this whole process and the whole running and getting fit in general. I'm reading books about it. I can't remember, I probably haven't properly read a book since I left school, and I'm 37 now, so probably 20 years of not actually giving a damn about reading, but it turns out I've read 3 or 4 books now, and all to do with running and how to get better at it, and how the body works with fitness and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not saying that I've started to read, I'm going to start reading novels, but it's got to be really interested in learning the whole process so I can then try those things out and pass them things on to you. So yeah, learning about running is one of the good things. Number 3, obvious one, I feel so much fitter, and I feel much more confident in my appearance now from doing this. So it's for obvious reasons. You go running more than what you did before, you're getting the miles in, and you're getting fitter, and it genuinely does work doing this running at low heart rate, because you're not killing yourself running over time, and you managing to get more miles in that way. And with that, you shed some fat. I've got down to my target weight and I've managed to stay there. I don't get a lot of compliments, but people are complimenting more now than back in the day when I was at work. People would walk into my butcher's shop and say, "Cool, rough night last night." And I was like, "No, I went to bed at like 10 o'clock. I'm fine. I just look like crap." But yeah, I'd be pale, and I think I've got a bit more colour in my face now, and I'm generally happy with my appearance. I feel much more confident about that, and I just feel much fitter and healthier on the whole. People actually see a difference in you. If you haven't seen them for a while you've been doing this training, people actually see a difference in your appearance, and think your body shape just changes and that. So if that's not a good reason to make this work, then what is? Number 4, confidence. I feel like I'm beaming in a bit of confidence now. I suppose I don't lack too much confidence now, but I was a little bit embarrassed about this at the start, about getting this going. I didn't want to share this like channel around my town. I didn't want to be seen running slowly and stuff like that as well. But as it's gone on, I thought, you know what, sod it. I'm trying my best. I'm doing what I can. I'm trying to help people to jump on this bandwagon really and just get themselves fit. So I'm not embarrassed by that anymore. My confidence is definitely got better with this. Just making these videos, I feel, is giving me a bit more confidence and self-esteem. I've always struggled when I was doing my band stuff on a Saturday night, where I'd have to talk between songs. I always struggled with that bit, and I feel like just doing this now is giving me a bit of confidence to be able to maybe get better at those sort of things as well. So yeah, confidence has definitely gone up a few notches. Number 5, I think. 5. I'm definitely faster than what I was before. If you've seen my channel, you'll know about my history of doing bits of running on and off. If it's the first time you've seen my channel, then what you up to? Go and hit that red button. Let's get it going. Before this, I used to run as fast as I can. All I'd do is go out onto my track and try and run my fastest mile, my fastest 5K, and all those things. And when I started learning this MAF running slow, I heard a lot of people saying that you lose your pace and all that because you don't do it enough and you're not practiced enough. But in this case, I can tell you that isn't true. I mean, that doesn't mean that's the same for everyone. But my 5K that I've done a few weeks back, where I broke my PR by 2 minutes, I think all 3 of those miles, which I know it's just over that, but all 3 of those miles were faster than my quickest mile before this. So say no more, that's 3 of them on the trot, where before I'd go out there and try and run for a mile and I was getting like 6.5 minutes. I think all 3 of my miles the other day were faster than that. I have to double check, but there or thereabouts. So yeah, you don't lose pace, and the time will come where you're doing the speed work anyway. So yeah, I've got faster. I'm happy with that, very happy. And with that, getting faster, point number 6, I broke 2 of my PRs in the last month or 2. Again, if you haven't seen my channel, I've got videos on those 2 things. But I've done my half marathon. I've done 3 half marathons before doing MAF. My fastest ever was 1:53, and I did my time trial that I recorded after MAF, after doing about 4 months of base building, in 1:46. So I knocked like 6.5 minutes off, if I remember rightly. And I've also knocked 2 minutes off of my 5K PR, which is probably my last video I've done, I think, where I did it in 20 minutes and 9 seconds. Like I say, I have got a bit faster, but the key being that I was able to run at that pace for way longer because you've built your base. It's just common sense. I can't believe I've never done this before. If you're watching this and you're just running and running as fast as you can all the time and thinking, why am I not getting better? Like seconds at a time, it's really, really sort of hard work. Just build your base up. You haven't built enough of it, probably. Go out there, just give up 4 months, even 5 months. I think I've done 6 months. So just take some time building your base, and you're going to be able to run at those faster paces for a longer time because your lungs are better, your heart can deal with it better. It's just a no-brainer. So yeah, give it a go. God, I think I'm losing count again. I think we're on point number 7, but it may be wrong. But anyway, I feel like I may be able to get towards doing a marathon now. Trust me, this was not possible. Even after my the first half marathon I did, where I wasn't prepared like this, I got to the end and I was nearly dead, and I thought, sod that, I'm never doing that again. But you know how it goes, you get the bug. I've done another 2, and now I've ended up doing 4 half marathons, and they're starting to feel like they're a nice distance to do. If I'm doing a 10-mile long run, I'm going to gradually build that up, and I'm starting to feel that I might be able to pull off a marathon. It won't be super time, and that will hopefully come over time. That's the whole point of this channel, is to try and get myself to be able to manage a full marathon. And I'm not too fussed about the time at the minute, but just to be able to get round at my age of 37, I'd be absolutely delighted with that. So fingers crossed we're getting that way. So an overall review of this, I've been doing a Maffetone in a way, probably not 100% on, but my full review of that is to give it a try. I'm not going to push this one at you because there's quite a lot of different ways that you can build your base, and it's whichever one you choose to do. And this is probably the first one I stumbled across, and I've not really followed the eating as I probably should. And some people probably say, oh, you're not even doing the Maffetone method. But the general consensus is get out there and build the base up. It's the best thing I've ever done. Like I said earlier, it's common sense. Get out there, do lots of miles at a low heart rate. You don't have to be killing yourself every time you go. And when you do decide to do fast ones, you're going to absolutely smash it. I can guarantee it. All you're doing is preparing yourself and your heart and your lungs and your body to be able to prolong your runs at a good pace. So my review is whichever one you choose to do, don't ignore the base building part. Just take whatever months it is. And if you've been like me and you've been pounding it too hard for a few years before you've built your base, it's probably not going to be in great nick. I've had to do this for 6 months. I feel like I still probably haven't done enough, but I've done 6 months of this now and I still feel like I'm building base. So don't ignore it. Get out there and do it. So after 6 months of me doing this, I've just been out this morning and done my first bit of quality runs, where I've done some lovely sort of intervals, some VO2 max runs where I was running at 7-minute miles for half a mile. I did it 6 times. I did like a 3-mile warm up before it, so today was a proper nice run before I have to start my long hours at work and all that. But this is it now. I've come into like an 80-20 stage, or phase 2 of MAF, whatever you want to call it. I'll play as I go along. This is it. This is my next step for going into January, February, March, and if I go into the marathon in May or sometime next year, this is what I'm starting to build up to now. So I want you to follow me along on this journey. Okay, and just before I let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, my channel's got up to like, it's not quite there yet, but it's around the 250 subscriber mark. Like, I know it's not high in terms of YouTube, there's people with thousands, but I can't honestly believe that people would give their time of day to subscribe and write to me and stuff like that. And I love it. I feel like I made a great decision doing this, and it's holding myself accountable to getting out and do the runs that I said I'm going to do. And it's definitely given me a reason to kick on and try keep my running going and getting better at it, so I can take my story and pass it on to you guys. I've said all along that I'll do this whole thing honestly. I post my times and that all the time. You know, I'm honest about what I eat. I'm honest about my past and everything like that. I'm literally just the average guy, and this is why I set this channel up. So this is for people that are like me, and I think I'm just the average person who's done too much naughty stuff in the past, has been overweight, stuff like that. And I just want to show you that you can get fit, you can change your ways and get yourself into the shape that you want to be. So I left my say until the end. I'm simply here to inspire you to be the best and fittest version of yourself. Because if little old me can do it, then I think that you can too. And so with that, I just want to thank every single one of you for watching my videos and checking out and subscribing, and just taking out time to write to me with advice and what you do, and to listen to my advice too, if I can give it. So I really appreciate it, and I also hope that you have a real great Christmas at the end of what's been quite a strange year. But next year, let's get it done together and just get ourselves fit, make yourselves feel good. Some good stuff can come out of all this situation. So let's make it happen. And that is now it from me. So hope you have a good one, and I'll see you after Christmas, all right? Steve-O.